think I just did now. Okay. I hope everyone is following me on YouTube. All right. Um yes, I think we are live now on YouTube. Okay, cool. All right. So yes. So let's do this together, guys. Kindly share this video, hit the like button, and also drop a message and let me know what you're expecting from today's meeting. All right, so I want to specially welcome every one of you to our weekly design training where I share free design tips with designers. I have um, I have so many designs I received from designers this week, and I want to appreciate every one of you for sending your designs to us for me to review. All right, because yes, I have a team. Okay, so for those of you who want to also be part of this sending of design, you can use the link which I'm going to do after this training. There's a link I'm going to put in the description section of this video where you can click and be part of our Telegram group, and you can send your design to any of the admin aside from Ceasar. All right, good. Okay, so for those of you that I did not that I'm not going to review your design today, don't worry. We have a calendar, so your design is going to be reviewed soon. Okay, good. All right, so without any further ado, let's quickly jump into today's training. Okay. All right, so I'm going to switch my screen now. Beautiful. All right, so this is one of the designs that we received this week, and I'm going to quickly go through this, and I'm going to share what I think is right and what is not right in the design. Okay, so the first thing I notice here is we can easily see the information in the project, which is beautiful. All right, because as a designer, it's always nice for us to help our viewers find it easy to access the information, in the project. And I like the way the designer made the title so abstract that, this made us know that, yes, this is the first information, I want you guys to see in the project, which is beautiful. And this is for those of you who are beginners. Whenever you're working on design project, try to make the information you want people to see first different in terms of size or color in the project. There are times where you can also use pattern to make that important, or pattern or texture, in order to make that important information draw attention and look different from every other information in the project. Okay, so yeah, so the level of hierarchy in the project is also beautiful because this is the first thing that we see, and then in the project this is going to be the second thing. Now I know some of you may say, hey Ceasar, why can't this be the second thing we're going to see? This here, all right, the fact that this information here is close to this, the proximity of this information here is going to make this the next information that the viewers will read in the project. So when you make small information close to big, when you make small lettering, when you place small lettering close to big lettering in your project, that big lettering is going to make the viewers read the small information immediately after reading the big information in the project. So this here are seen as they belong together, which is also the part of proximity in the principles of design. So the moving these too close to this made us make us believe that these here are together, and we see them as one group. All right, that's one proximity there. You can call it one group or one proximity there. All right, so the other thing is the proximity in the project is also beautiful, which is also part of the principles of design you need to also make available in your project. Now, the principles of designs I'm talking about in this project are what you should always write down before working on any project. Make sure these principles of design, you make them balance in your design. Because I know so many designers, one of the reasons why we always go like, okay, so what are the things I'm supposed to do to make my project really look successful? You see, the not focusing on the principles of design and only focusing on the elements of design is going to affect the success of your design. All right. So the principles of design work together with the principles of design. So you need to make the two of them, work together in the project. The work of the element of design is to create a picture. Now, the work of the principles of design is to help the viewers understand how you want them to go through the information in the project. All right. So that's why the two of them are different from, each other. Okay. So yeah, I like this other level of, hierarchy in the project, which is also the other part of the proximity in the project here. So the proximity here is beautiful. The hierarchy in the project here is also beautiful. All right. Yes. So let's go straight to the errors here, because aside from the making the content in your project visible, there's also the part of spicing your project in order to make it look interesting. Because at times I know so many of us always go, but I already made all the information visible, but something is still not right. I'm still not feeling the project. So the reason why you're not feeling the project is this. You see, there's the part of playing with the principle, right? And also placing the element in a way that, the way, we see things in real life. All right. So I think that is what this, for not even I think, that's what this designer did not really do well here. All right. So let's go straight to the first thing I notice here, which is the placing of the image the wrong way. You see, this is not really bad, but I still prefer to see more of this in the project, because let me tell you something, guys. When you're working on food posters, all right, understand that your job is to make the poster, make the mouth of the viewers watering, like make them feel like eating what is on the poster. Because the idea behind you creating that poster is to make the viewers patronize the brand. So the food need to be very visible, need to be bold, it need to be loud in order for the viewers to see it. So here, I expect to see more of this. Now, the way you place it here is not really bad, but for me, I still feel like seeing more of this, like making it more visible so that, it makes the attention of the viewers go to it. And then the other thing I noticed that the designer did not do well here is not paying attention right to the illustration. You see, as designers, all right, I want you to understand that, you see, the color, the value of the color in your illustration, the color in your illustration, the details, the texture and everything in your illustration is also part of the project. Now, I'm about to say something that may be a bit too funny to you. Please, can somebody confirm if my sound is better? Because somebody's saying my voice is breaking. Hello? I hope my sound is better at your head. Please, if my sound is better, can you please drop a message and let me know? Just kindly drop a message and say my sound is better, because somebody's saying I'm sounding funny. Is my sound better? I need quick response there. Anybody? Oh, it's better now. Okay. All right. So, yeah. So, you see the way you use type, where you make the using of the same style of a particular character. I'm talking of font in your project. In your project is also how you use character that go with the texture on your illustration. Now, don't worry, I'm going to help you guys here. So here, so before I get to the part of the picking font here, let me just quickly finish this talking about the illustration. So then the color, all right, the value of the color in your illustration is also part of the project. And that's why as a designer, you need to learn the habit of paying attention to details. Now, I'm going to help you, because that's why we have this training, because everything I'm teaching you guys here, I'm sure if you guys start practicalizing it, you'll start seeing yourself achieving successful design. So I'm saying this here now because the image here is bright. This illustration here is bright. And we're in a world where people want to quickly see what's going to inform them. So I do expect this designer to use a bright background for this, because the bright background is hiding this. It's not really making this visible. Yeah, I know we can see the, should I call it chicken? All right, we can see this, but this is not really visible, and it's because of the background. So don't say, okay, because you make part of the illustration visible, then you forget the other part of the illustration in your project. No, try your best to make everything in the project visible in order to quickly, inform the viewers. So when you have an illustration you're to use in your project, think of the color, the type of background you're to place the illustration in order to make it visible to the viewers. And I need every one of you to write this down. It's very, very important. All right. Yeah. So that's for the illustration part. Now let's go straight to the use of type. All right. Now, I talked about the texture on the image. I expect to see that effect on the character used here. All right. This character here is a bit too, it's too sharp for I'm talking of the corners here. It's too sharp for this type of project, because if you look at the box here, you notice that the corners here are not really sharp. All right. They have this curve, corners. And if you also look at the food here, you notice they have all this, texture around them. So I expect to see that here in order to really create that, unity in the project. Now, unity is very, very important, guys. Unity is very important. And what I just shared with you guys here now is how you know the right font to use in your project, because I know so many of us always go, how am I supposed to know the right font to use? Now, these are the things you need to check when you're picking font. You see, unity is what you should focus on whenever you are putting together the elements in your project. If you can understand this unity part, I'm telling you, you'll start seeing yourself creating a design project that's, that look beautiful to the eye. Design that really, that looks like everything in the project they are from the same family. All right. So yeah, so I'm going to show you guys the type of character I use in this project in order to make the project balance. All right. Now there are times where you won't get the right character to go with what the project is saying, or that goes with the illustration in the project. And that's where your creativity comes in. As a designer, you need to learn the habit of playing with type to look the way you want it in your project. Okay. Now, the other part of the project that I think is not really okay here is this image here. All right. This is not, I don't think this is necessary, because we're talking about Food Alert Monday. All right. And we have this. If the project is talking about this product here, all right, then we cannot make this bold or make this part of the project. But in the case where we are not talking about this, I don't expect to see this stuff here. It's not, necessary. Then, yeah, I like this stuff here, but the designer did not play with it well. Why? Because you see, when you are trying to spice your project and you use one element to spice the project, you are not going to help the contrast in the project. You're going to make the project look confusing. But when you repeat this, all right, when you repeat the decoration, sorry, pardon me, in the project, you are going to also help the contrast in the project and also make the attention of the viewers go to the information or the important information you want them to see in the project. All right, good. So before I get to the redesigned version of this project, I need everybody to please drop a message and let me know if you find it easy to understand my explanation on what affected the success of this project. If you're okay with it, just say I'm fine with it, or just say yeah, it's making sense. And if you like what I'm sharing here, I would appreciate if you can drop a like emoji or just hit the like button if you are on YouTube. And for those of you who are on YouTube, in fact, I expect everybody to be on YouTube. All right, please share this video. Let people also know about this. And yeah, the goal is to help folks who want to become better designers. So let's work together to be a blessing to these people. Okay, good. All right, so I'm seeing your messages, guys. Thank you. and thank you. All right, so let's go straight to the redesigned version. All right, so this is my version of the project, and I'm going to quickly go through my process here. Then I'll show you guys how I was able to put this together. All right, yeah, there's a video on how I was able to put everything here together, which I'm going to show you guys, because yes, this training is going to be very interesting. All right, so yeah, the first thing I did here is, like I told you guys, I first paid attention to the value of the color on the illustration, and I went and looked for a background that will really help project this illustration right. And how I was able to do this here is the paying attention to the value of the colors on the illustration, or in the illustration. All right, and yeah, I told you guys that it's best to make everything here visible, and that's what I did here. All right, then I'm gonna go straight to the title. Okay, I'm gonna go straight to the title. Now, if you look at my title here, you see, aside from the fact that it's looking abstract, there's this triangle symbol behind the title, and what inspired the use of this triangle is this word alert here, because I know so many of us already know what alert symbol looks like. So that symbol is what inspired this triangle. And another reason why this is so successful, I'm talking of the using of the triangle so successful, is because you see, we are used to using shape to get information. When you see an alert symbol, even if they didn't write stop below or on the symbol, you already know what that means. And that is why whenever you use a triangle in your project, you're actually depicting stop. All right, you're actually depicting, hey, pay attention to this. All right, so that's the reason why this shape here is suitable for this project. And what actually inspired it is this word title, this word alert here. Now let's go straight to the part of the font here. Now, if you look at my character here, I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see. You'll notice that my character here is not looking the corners are not looking too sharp. And the reason is because my illustration here, we don't have sharp corners. Everything is looking curve like, and that's what inspired this this curve character that I have here in the project. And the other thing I did here that really helped the making this look successful is, I told you guys that whenever you're putting together your element, put them together the way things appear to you in real life. So instead of just putting this food here on a plain background like what the designer did, I decided to put it on a wood in order to make it look like, yes, it's on a wood surface or on a table. All right, so and that's what really made it look like, yes, they belong, like the project is real. Okay, now what made this image and the wood look like they belong together, which is also part of the unity I've been teaching you guys, is the shadow that I applied under the food. So I decided to use this soft shadow here to really create that distance between this tip here. Sorry, I've got to take this out. This part here of the paper and the surface. So the soft shadow here made us believe that, okay, there's a distance between this and this. So if I make this here, if I make the shadow here too sharp or too dark, then the message is going to now change to something else. It's possible you guys are going to see the illustration like a cutout paper and placed on the artwork. Okay, so I'm going to do my best to put the names of the fonts that I use in this project, so you guys can also use the font in your next projects that is saying something similar to what this project is saying here. All right, now for the part of the decorating of the project here, you'll notice that I did not use one of this. I repeated this here, 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 and here. But I did not just repeat this. I made use of reading, because what reading do to your project is it always make it look interesting. It's like when you're listening to music, you notice that there's the part of the chorus, there's the part of the verse. The verse, you notice they always repeat the verse, and then the chorus, you notice they repeat the chorus, but the verse, you see them having different lyrics. Or let's say bridge. There's also the part of bridge in the project, in the when you're listening to music. Is it bridge they call it? Somebody should help me. That part where you just, the artist will just go a bit off the rhythm of the song. So that's the same thing that applied to design project. Okay, let me use this illustration here. When you're listening to music, you notice there's this repeating of a particular beat, like pump, 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 pump. Then after a while, you notice that pump changes to something else. And that's the same thing that we do in graphic design. And so the idea behind using reading is to make the project look interesting, is to make it look cool, is to make it look attractive, friendly. All right. So that's the idea behind what you're looking at here. Because if you look at the visibility of this here, you notice that it's different from this. And listen, guys, there's also the strategic part of placing this. The reason why this is small is because this here is on focus. The reason why this is bigger here is because this is out of focus. Because I know so many of you understand that if, like, for example, the way I'm holding my pen here, if I move this pen close to my eye, it looks bigger. But when it's far from me, it looks smaller. And that's the same principle that, I applied here. All right. Yeah. Then for the title again, I decided to make it look like a sticker. All right. Because this is a wood here. So I made it look like, yes, we pasted this title here on the wood as a sticker. All right. And that's why if I zoom in, you notice the title there's this paper texture effect on it that look more like a sticker, effect. So the idea is to make it look like, a sticker in order to make the unity on that part of the project balance. So if you look at the designer's version, you notice that the designer made the word, the phone number bold. The reason why I did not do that is because the phone number is not the only means of placing your order. We have two information here. So in order not to make my viewers think, hey, this part is where we mostly respond fast. And if you do that, you are not helping the brand. Because when you make one contact information bigger than the other, you are trying to say, see, we're always fast with this, we're not fast with this. And that's not professional. So I decided to make the two means of placing your order the same size, and then make the word order bold. And let me say this to you guys. You see, there's nothing in your project that is neutral. There's nothing that you place in your project that people won't see. All right. And that's why, as a designer, you need to help making the way you place your project, your elements in your project, easy for the viewers to see the information you have in the project. The reason why I confidently place this information below the order now is because, I told you guys that when you place something small close to something big, as soon as people read the big information, the small information next to that big information, they will also read it. All right. That's how I was able to, place this way and made the project look successful. All right. So before we get to the process, how I was able to put this together, I need you all to please do one more thing again. Can you please share what you think about this, my version of the project, and let me know if it makes sense. Now, you don't need to say too much. You can just say it makes sense, or you can say you like it, and so as to make me know that, yes, I'm not deceiving myself, because you see, the idea behind working on design project is not to satisfy yourself, but to satisfy the viewers. So I don't want it to look like I satisfied myself here. So I need you guys to help me by dropping your messages and let me know. So I can see SOV saying, I love it. Ebenezer is saying it's cool. I need one more person. So they say your version is top notch. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for that encouragement. And thank you for not making me feel like I'm all those type of greedy designers that think about only themselves and not the viewers. All right. Good. Okay. So let me show you guys my process, and I'm going to break everything down for you guys so you can learn. If this is making sense to you and if you're having fun, can I see you hit the like button? Because yes, I really want you guys to have fun, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing today. So give me a like button if you're enjoying what you are watching here, and that's how you're going to give me a boost. Okay, your like button is a boost for me. Okay, beautiful. Tomorrow I see you. All right, so let's go straight to the process. All right, so here is the process here. So I use the Instagram portrait frame here, which is the 1080 by 1350, because I think the designer did the project for social media. And yeah, the board here, and there's something I did on this board here, and that's another thing you all need to also learn to do. You see, the color on your background also have something to do with the illustration. All right, there's this blue tone that I have on the board here, so I decided to change the color to the tone of the green, the veggies that we have on the illustration, to really make that unity in the project balance. And the next thing I did was, after placing the illustration, I went to Illustrator to play with my title, to make my title look abstract, because I want to have all these these round curve corners around my title here, and I know I can't really do this right with Photoshop, so I went to Illustrator to do that. So there's another thing I always do whenever I'm playing with type. I'm a type of person that always try to help my viewers find it easy to read the information that I have in my projects. If you look at the way I was playing with the type here, you notice I'm playing with some of the letters. The reason is because the space, all right, the space that we have between those letters are what make us find it easy to know them. So that space is very important whenever you are trying to play with characters. Please do not forget this. Okay. So then the other thing I did was to play with the space between the characters, because like I said, space is very important. All right, space is very, very, very important. So I decided to allow those space in order to help make my viewers find it easy to read the information that I have in the project. Okay. All right. So yeah, I do this a lot. I like to play with type. And see, guys, that's another thing I need you guys to also learn to do. Learn to play with type. One of the reasons why I play with this type here is because when it comes to food posters, it's always best to make the title fun, because the way we play with the illustration, the elements we use in our project, it has its own impression that it gives the viewers. All right, and that's the reason why I'm doing all this playing with the title. If it's a corporate design where we're talking about people investing, I'm not going to do this. All right, so, and that's why I know so many of you have heard that we are storytellers, we are visual communicators. How we do this right is how we play with the elements that we use, or the elements that we're using in our project. All right, yes. So, and that's why you see me do all this drama that I'm doing here on in my version of the project. All right, so I decided to make the letter O bigger, because if I don't, we're going to have too much space. There'll be too much space at the upper part of the triangle. All right, so I decided to reduce the amount of space there by making the letter O bigger. All right, I hope you guys get that. Yeah, I don't do anything without any reason. Right? I do that. I'm a type of designer that always makes sure I do things with reasons. All right, so I decided to convert the character to an outline, because I know I'm going to be weld or unite the shapes, because I need to create this sticker effect around the title. All right, so I decided to first weld everything and trim the title from the triangle, and then group everything again, make a copy, then unite them again, add stroke. Now this stroke you're looking at now is what gave that effect of that sticker, where we have that white color on the background, and then we now have the title, which is the text at the center of that shape. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I drew a shape in order to cover that empty area that we have on the shape, and then I now place the the title on the triangle. All right, then I changed the color to white because I'm going to take this to Photoshop and I want to be able to see the white color behind the title. So this option I selected here is very important. Make sure you select the smart object option. Now the smart object option will give you the ability to scale and still maintain the quality of the design that you did in Illustrator. So I'm not really satisfied with the way the title was looking, so I went back to Illustrator and applied the orange touch of the orange color that we have on the food to the title in order to give the title more life and make it look interesting. And I'm sure you guys can agree with me that simple move really made this title here look more sweet. All right, yeah, it made it look more sweet. And another advantage where applying this color to the title is concerned is this. You see, warm colors are colors that read fast. So if you really want to draw attention to your title, warm colors are colors that you can use. Now, it's not compulsory to use warm color all the time. There are times when you can use cool colors. All right, but the reason why I decided to use warm color here is because we already have this warm color on the food, so I really need to apply the warm color in order to make the title also draw attention. So yeah, I applied the paper effect in order to give that title that sticker effect, and notice how I was able to apply the Monday word there. There's this board I created behind the word Monday, and the real idea behind this is to still maintain that unity in the project, which is that achieving of that sticker. And that's why I still apply that texture, that paper texture, to the shape. And also then pick the color here, which is also important. The green color was from the veggies that we have on the illustration, which is also part of the achieving unity in your project. So when it comes to food flyer design, handwriting characters are also characters that you can also use to spice it up, and that's the reason why I decided to make that this part where we have the what's your every bite pick today handwriting character. So I already explained why I made the order now this bold. All right, I'm sure you guys still remember, and if you can't remember, I'm not going to tell you. Go back and watch the video again and understand why I decided to make the word order now bold. All right, yeah, so I decided to change the angle of the illustration because I found out that the illustration is close to the logo, and it's not always nice to make your illustration close to your logo. If I don't place your logo, don't make it too close to images, or don't put image on the background of your logo. When you do that, you are going to create confusion. There are times where you can do that, but do it where that you have texture, or like texture or pattern behind the logo, than having a real image with different details on behind the logo. So you need to watch out for this. Yeah, so this is where the decorating of the project now comes in, which I'm going to advise every one of you to also learn the habit of doing in your project. The idea behind this decorating of your project, although I already explained it and I'm still going to say it again, is to help contrast. All right, and also to make your project look interesting. When you decorate your project, the area where you don't have the decoration, people's attention will go there. And that's why you notice I have more of the veggies, the veggies with out of focus around the frame in order to make the focus of the viewers go to the information that I have, at the center of the frame. At first, I got carried away with the look of the decoration because, I was liking the result. I was just playing, putting everything in the project. And I found out that, hey, the idea here is to make the message simple. And I decided to take out some, because you guys are going to see that now. I decided to take out some of the veggies, the out of focus veggies, in order to help make the project breathe and help make the viewers see the information clearly. So I added vignettes with camera raw, all right, and I boost the brightness of the project a bit and make the project more sharpen in order to make the contour, in order to add contrast to the pixels, and also make the color pop by increasing vibrance in camera raw. All right, yeah. So I think that is it, and I hope you guys enjoyed my version and my process here. If you do, can I see you drop a message there? And if you love graphic design, I'm going to advise, if you love graphic design and you love to learn, I'm going to advise you to go back and watch this video again and again. All right, so if you love my process, give this video a thumbs up again, or drop a message and let me know if you really enjoyed my process. All right, yeah. So before we go, there's something I want to start doing. If you have questions, you can drop it in the comment section. I'm going to do my best to reply you after the meeting. Even if I'm not going to reply you today, I'm still going to do my best to do it before. I'm still going to do my best to reply you. And if you have not subscribed, all right, I'm going to advise you to do so now. If you really want to learn graphic design and want me to help you as a designer, so I'm going to advise you to hit the subscribe button, because every week I'm going to be doing this going forward. All right, yes. So then there's one very important information I want to share with you guys again before we go. I'm starting a designer adventure conference where I'm going to be teaching you guys how to be a successful designer. So get ready for it. When I'm fully ready, I'll let you guys know. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. So before we go again, I want to share this. Please, for those of you who have been supporting the Ceasar Empowerment Foundation, I want to especially thank you for doing that. And yeah, sorry. Yes, I want to especially thank you for doing that. And for those of you who are still looking forward to support us, please kindly help us. So the goal here is to help young folks who are looking forward to go into design but can't afford to pay for design school. So because of this, we decided to start a foundation where we can help these people. All right. Now, guys, I get calls a lot. I get calls a lot from people begging that I should help them. I've been able to help the ones I can help to become a successful designers. But I have so many people, I mean, like hundreds of people calling me now. They're calling me to help them, to teach them graphic design. I'm a fan of teaching people. I'm a fan of helping people. All right. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing for you guys today. All right. So sorry about that. So that's the reason why, we decided to start a foundation where, we can help these people. So we have some gadgets and space that we're looking forward to provide in order to help